So a lot of people out there that are trying to diss me for my size as well. I've got that in my previous video. But yeah, babes, you don't bother me. Not like by 1 minute. But yeah. So I will probably end up doing a room tour at some point because I know I'm hanging my hair, I can't help it. It's an autistic thing. Where was I? Obviously, I'm at my sister's. As you can tell, the bed's different. There is no other stuff here that I would have when I had my room ones. Obviously, I'm a little bit annoyed with certain people throwing stuff out that was actually mine. But you know, they're just face-to-face people. Obviously, I don't really know exactly who it is and whose story it was, but I know it wasn't my sister's. So yeah. So obviously, I have this room when I'm here. I mean, right. Hang on, let me turn you around. So obviously, the bed, obviously my bits, obviously the desk for when I start doing my company and whatever, ignore my cans, my medications, my bottle and whatnot, that stuff. And yeah, pretty much everything that's in here is things I like. That chair is my favourite when it focuses. So yeah, ignore my stuff on the floor. There. So yeah. So there's not a lot of stuff in this room yet. Obviously, set drawers with my clothes in it. Bits and bobs on top that I need for day-to-day wear. So obviously I know there's been a few people that have thrown out things that I had up here that me and my sister said was fine. And some of those stuff are actually brand new clothing. And they cost me a fortune. Not like you're gonna give me the money back, are you? Nah. So, that's done. So yeah. Can't wait for this room to be decorated the way I want it. Because Sissy and I have agreed that this will be my room. I decided to do this video because I think it needs to be said. For anyone that is adopted and has issues with, like, opening up to people, mainly your birth parents, about how you feel. Unfortunately, I'm one of these people that I don't like to hurt people's feelings, and I've learned now, actually, if it happens, it happens. It's the truth. I'm in pain, so bear with me, rather than just being a cunt. Literally. So, as a lot of you are aware, I have been dealing with some emotions, trying to self-heal. And today I feel like I'm not getting anywhere with said parent. I want her in my life. I'll be fucking bluntly honest. I do want her in my life. I do want to work with her. I do want us to work on things and communicate better. But I feel like I'm pushing her away because I don't want her to get too close to me in case she fucks up and leaves. And unfortunately, that is the trauma that I have. And because I have the autistic brain, and because of the way my autism works, it is pretty much challenging because I have the detachment and attachment disorder. So when I was first diagnosed with them too, I was actually quite young, and how they discovered that I had that was actually through a therapist or a psychiatric, mental, or someone. I don't know the ins and outs, can't remember what it was called, but hey. They also confirmed to my adoptive parents that because of the trauma that I had, and because I was with my birth mum, and then with another foster family, back to birth mum, back. So basically I was moved around a lot as a child. So they knew that there would be a lot of issues. Growing up has also proved that I was always the black sheep. Regardless whether that was in a friend group, the adoptive family, I was the odd one out. And I would always put my hand up, I'm like, yeah, I'm the odd one out. It never really affected me until now. And I used to push that to one side. I used to sit in therapy groups and one-to-one groups with my therapist and sit there and be like, I was abandoned. And whether it was in intentional or unintentional reasons, I'm an abandoned child. My brother was taken from birth. He didn't have the trauma. He doesn't have the shit that I have. But I have it. Which comes down to why I was such a challenge growing up. why my adopted parents struggled with having random strangers in our home, because I would assume I'm being relocated again. So there was only certain people in the adoptive family that could watch me, because they gave my trust. They gave my trust that they would hand me straight back to my mum and dad. So, one of them is my auntie, two of them are my aunties, one of them is my uncle, two of them are my nans, who, no offence, are no longer alive, and one of them is my godmum. So those were the only people that were allowed to be with me while my mum was doing housework or stuff, because I would flip. And then, when I was 5, we then got told we were adopted. I think that's a really stupid age to tell a child they're adopted, but hey, you know, that's how it works. I don't even know why it works that way, but it works that way. But my mum and dad assumed that Sean would take it really hard. Nah. I ran away from home. I then turned to drugs. I then did shit that I was not proud of. And I will raise my hand up and be like, I've changed. I grew up. I stopped being the girl that, I had my daughter. And that was it. I had my daughter and I let that go. I let that slide. I moved on. I tried to live my life. At the age of 16 was when I first went into a social services area and went, I want to meet my mum and dad. Obviously at the time, I didn't know about my dad. I didn't recognise what he did. But hey, that is another ball game. Because I was told by social services that he has a brother. Which, I don't know if that's true or not. But yeah. But I'm laughing because if I don't laugh, I'm going to cry. So, knowing that I met my mum and dad when I was in my 16, I met my dad in a police facility. I'm going to say police cell because it wasn't, but it was a police facility because he was arrested for something that he did. Can't remember exactly what he did, but he told me that he only wanted to know me because of Brie, who is my biological mother. He was like, I want you to stalk her, I want you to tell me every information about her. And obviously, me being me, I was like, no. I got up and I left. The social worker kind of looked at me and was like, why did you leave? I said, because he reminds me of someone who said something to me when I was 13. I didn't realise it was him. So yeah, there's a lot of things that I dealt with the wrong way. The next thing in my life was meeting my sister. It was either going to be my mum or my older sister. It turned out to be my mum, not my older sister, which my sister owned up to me today how she truly felt about me. But hey, she doesn't regret making contact with me. We've grown to actually have a little bit more in common now than we did back then. But hey, you have to deal with the hard truth of reality of what they thought first. Obviously, I met Brie, and I knew straight away what she looked like, even without the photo. I didn't need the photo to prove what she looked like. I knew I was her double the moment I saw her. I am her double. Yeah. Has anyone ever experienced, or has experienced, the feeling of, am I making the right decision? I know I'm probably gonna potentially keep my distance for a little while, because I'm so wound up. I'm so fucking angry right now. And I'm not showing it, because if I show it, I will just lose it. And I don't know what I'm capable of when I get angry. I have my dad's temper and I have my mother's temper. I have more of my dad's temper. But hey, if you've gone through something like that, please let me know, and how did you deal with it. Because, I don't know what I'm capable of when I get angry. I have my dad's temper and I have my mother's temper. I have more of my dad's temper. But hey, if you've gone through something like that, please let me know, and how did you deal with it. Because struggling in here. Hello, welcome back. I thought I'd pop on and do a quick video and talk about some things. Obviously, I was having an okay morning. A lot of you who know me know that I have a split personality disorder. I have ALS and whatnot. So, obviously, I went internally in because I was basically trying to get to the bottom of something, and then it didn't actually help because it made me feel worse. So let me get into it. I wanted answers, and I know I'm not going to get them, and the choice is now up to this specific person. If they're not willing to slowly ease into talking to me about this stuff, then I want nothing to do with them. And unfortunately that comes down with a really heavy heart. But I'm not wasting my time on people who are not willing to be honest with me. And don't like the fact that I'm blunt as fuck. But yeah, give me a minute. Hi guys, I'm back. Please ignore the state of me. Yes, I've been crying. Because I just reopened one of my traumas that I thought I can handle. I didn't. So, here we are. I don't even know what I was doing. I don't know anymore. I don't know where I stand with her. The moment I open up, I just get ignored. I'm pushed away or shut down. And yeah, she's right, I met my dad once. And I mean once. Never again am I meeting him. I don't really want to meet him, but, I want to hear his side of the story. I never really heard his side because I got up and left. I just want to know how many kids he's got. Because apparently he has over 59, if not more. He's a rapist himself. I want to know things. She never gave it to me. So I basically ripped into her, told her how I feel and how I actually... And it's worth time to piss me off because Mother Nature appeared. I'm in pain. So yeah. So when I sit here to people and I tell you that I cannot be bothered anymore, that is me giving up. That is me walking away from you guys, from the situation, from anything that's toxic. So yeah. I'm done with bullshit. I'm done with lies. I'm done with the manipulation, everything. You don't believe me what's wrong with me, then fine, don't believe me. But don't expect me to be there when you need me.